The Movie Bar Podcast.
Welcome to the Movie Bar Podcast. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Movie Bar Podcast. I'm John.
I'm Justin.
I'm Billy.
How you guys doing this week?
Better than last.
What?
Better than last week. That's for damn
Well,
sure.
at least you can say that.
Yeah.
I'm still coughing. I'll try to.
Well, I'm still coughing too, but it's not.
I'll try to
nearly
mute
as
the
bad.
mic when I feel a big one coming.
Yeah.
But all right, a little bit of housekeeping. Billy, start us off.
Yeah, so I went to an early access showing of Red One today, and I wasn't too impressed. I'm sure the kids will enjoy it, but it wasn't for me. I give it 2 out of 5.
Bring the kids with it. Do it.
Didn't like
Did you
it.
bring AJ?
Yeah, he thought it was okay. That was his words. He said it was okay.
This is the same kid that liked Brokeback Mountain. So,
He never seen Brokeback Mountain. Dick.
anyways,
Oh, John.
John's an asshole.
Yeah.
James Vanderbeek, 47 years old, diagnosed with colorectal cancer.
Colorectal.
Colorectal cancer. He said there's a reason for optimism and he's feeling good. When the fuck was the last time he was in something?
Been a
He's been
while.
doing
Yeah.
things recently.
The
Mostly
last thing I could
TV
think of
things.
wasn't it Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, he's done plenty of show things. It's mostly TV. He was a TV guy, really.
Yeah. Yeah, the Dawson's Creek, man.
Is that your favorite show growing up, Billy?
Never watched an episode. Not a minute.
No.
Okay.
Just that clip from Family Guy. I don't want to wait for my lunch to get colder.
Okay, moving on.
Quincy Jones, legendary producer of the music industry, dies at 91.
Yeah.
He's the guy that got the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air started.
Mm-hmm. Got a lot
Got
of
a
stuff.
whole lot of stuff started.
Yeah.
And I never knew his daughter was Rashida Jones.
Yeah,
Jones.
Rashida Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never put two and two together.
No. Yeah, you don't.
Condolences to his friends and family and fans.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, Macaulay Culkin joining the cast of Fallout season 2. I'm all for it.
I don't know about
Interesting. Why?
Oh, why not?
I mean, somebody did post on the Reddit board. If they don't have him develop the bottle cap mine, it's not worth it.
Oh, they want him to be Kevin McAllister.
Yeah.
Out there all making up all that stuff. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, pretty much. And last bit of news, big shocking news out of the horror community. Tony Todd dies at 69, most famously as
Candyman.
Candyman, Platoon, Final Destination, and among 240 film and TV credits spanning 40 years. And
Yeah, he
died-
showed up in a lot of things.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a legend.
Victor, the Hatchet series, he played Reverend Zombie,
Yep.
Mhm.
and he still has like 11 movies that are in post-production now. But he passed away November 6th because of due to cancer. Yeah, this is. I'm seeing a lot of posts out there honoring Tony Todd. I came across one that I liked. It was Bernard Rose, who directed Candyman and a few other movies with him. Excuse me.
Go up the cigars, John.
Yeah. There have been thousands of zombies, hundreds of Draculas, dozens of Frankenstein monsters, 10 Jason Voorhees, 9 Michael Myers, 7 Leatherfaces, 2 Freddy Kruegers, and 1 Candyman. Tony Todd, 1953, 2024. It's immortal. On your way, brother, Bernard Rose. So, I mean, he is the only guy to play Candyman. So, but condolences to his friends, family, and fans as well. All right.
Coming attractions.
Oh my God! Look how quickly you did it this time.
I know.
Good job, John.
Good job, Johnny.
After 6 weeks, I finally got it right.
All right, so first, coming soon, we have UHF, which looks like a stupid Blair Witch found footage filmed on the camcorder bullshit. I hate those movies, sorry.
But you love Paranormal Activity. I don't get it.
I fucking hate that movie too.
Yes, we know.
Passion.
Yeah, it looks,
Paranormal Activity.
yeah, it looks like one of those found footage, like, ooh, we're going on a ghost hunt.
I don't like
Oh,
those.
good luck, you're going to die. They all die.
Oh. Next up, we have Dear Santa, November 25th. Hey, that's what happens. You got to learn how to spell, kid.
Yeah.
You may just be
Accidentally-
dyslexic.
Maybe. But he sends his Christmas list to Satan instead of Santa. Which, it's not even like just flipping to, it's kind of like a couple letters off there. S-A-N
Dyslexia
instead of T. And,
Does what it does.
Oh, but it's Jack Black as Satan, so it's going to be entertaining.
Yeah, it looks funny. I like how
Yep.
he says he gives them 3 wishes. And
It's not just that, it's the Fairley Brothers.
That's a pretty good combination right there.
that'll be exclusive to Paramount Plus. So,
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
yeah, that's the only subscription I bought like a year out. I don't know why. Probably a deal, and then just shut that fucking dog up.
That was me.
Oh.
He's
still.
he's behaving.
The message
And lastly,
remains
we
the
have
same.
Captain America: Brave New World coming February 14th.
New trailer for it.
Yeah,
Ah,
MCU,
looks okay.
you get the Red Hulk. Yay.
yay. What other special nuggets will we get? The upcoming Avengers movie.
I don't know. I have no interest in seeing this, but I'm sure I'll have to.
You will have to.
Well, they said the X-Men are coming after the Secret Wars and all that shit, so
Yeah.
that's what I'm waiting for.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
All right, what did we watch this week, Justin?
Well, I watched UHF. That's always good. Watched Terrifier 2.
Oh,
Not all the way. I haven't finished it. There's still time left on it, but most of the way through. Yeah, that's about it for movies.
all right, Big Red, what you watch?
All right. Well, of course, I watched UHF. I follow that up with Weird, the Ali Yankovic story from Roku. I love those two. Those are great movies. Then I watched The Mechanic and Mechanic Resurrection because I wanted in the movie some Jason Statham. Why not? Then I watched The Way of the Dragon. Old Bruce Lee. Can't go wrong. And then, of course, Red One. That was my week.
The hell was that?
Candyman.
Oh.
So, yeah, I had a light week. I started off with Rocky 2, UHF, Rocky 3,
What?
Rocky 4.
Like, I need a break from this monotony.
Then I watched My 5 Wives with Rodney Dangerfield. I'd never seen that. Owned it for years, but never watched it. Head of State with Chris Rock.
I was expecting another Rocky. What the fuck? You broke your goddamn pattern.
I'll get there, don't worry. Office Christmas Party. I watched Freddie Frico, which I was highly disappointed in.
Oh, that was the other thing I watched. That's right. It wasn't very memorable.
No, it wasn't. I felt kind of let down by it. Then I watched The Night Before, the Seth Rogen, Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
8 Crazy Nights, the Adam Sandler Hanukkah movie. A Medea Christmas.
And that's what threw you back into Rocky? That'd be funny.
It's a Wonderful Knife. Rocky 5. 8-Bit Christmas. A Welcome Home Christmas. It's a Hallmark movie. And I cried. The Holiday Fix-Up. Dear Santa. And then me and Hunter watched The Santa Claus and The Santa Claus 2. We got to watch the third one in 2 weeks. And then Candy Cane Lane, Christmas Evil, and Deadpool 2.
Candy Cane Lane sucked.
What?
Candy Cane Lane sucked.
Yeah, but it came up, so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? We did put up our Christmas tree this weekend and baked Christmas cookies and hung Christmas lights.
So it ain't even Thanksgiving yet. The hell.
You gotta remember, my time with Hunter is cut in half now, so.
So you got to pay twice as much for an electric bill? It'll help if you unmute yourself.
Yeah. Excuse me while I die. But, no.
Hey, spoiler alert for next week there, guy.
Yeah.
Well, now it's time for the feature presentation.
Listen, let's get one thing straight. Guns don't kill people. I do.
Channel 62 has the lowest ratings in the history of television. What they need is a new station manager.
No, not him. Forget it. No way.
A man of action. A man of courage. A man of vision.
What's your name?
Billy.
Billy what?
What they get is a man so desperate, he'll put anyone on the air.
Hey, Stanley.
Yeah, George?
How'd you like your own TV show?
Okay. You get the drink from the fire hose! Okay, you ready? Yeah! Open wide!
He's Conan, the librarian.
Today we're teaching poodles how to fly. We beat out the networks.
George Newman. He starts where the others stop.
We're the #1 station in town.
Orion Pictures presents Weird Al Yankovic in UHF, the movie.
This week we are covering UHF.
I don't like that one.
No,
Never
don't
satisfied.
throw that one anymore.
I'll use whatever the fuck I want to use.
Yeah.
This week we are covering UHF.
Send me a link for that there, Billy. Thank you.
After losing yet another job, George wonders if there is any career that can handle his outrageous personality. When George's uncle hands him the deed to a local TV station, George creates a series of television shows based on social satire and hyperactive humor, with the help of his best friend Bob. However, a rival station's bitter CEO tries to destroy George's wacky programming, forcing him to fight back.
Yes, the rating for this one. PG-13. Runtime of 1 hour, 37 minutes. Director was Jay Levy. It was released July 21st, 1989, at a budget of $5 million. In the box office, it didn't do too well. It only made $6.16 million. Currently streaming on Tubi and available for purchase on all streaming sites.
Our cast O characters. Weird Al Yankovic is George Newman. Michael Richards is Stanley Spadowski. David Bowe as Bob. Victoria Jackson as Terry. Kevin McCarthy as R.J. Fletcher. Kitty Watanabe as Cooney. Billy Barty as Noodles McIntosh. Trinidad Silva as Ramon Hernandez. Stanley Brock as Uncle Harvey Bilchick. Fran Drescher as Pamela Finkelstein. John Paragon as Richard Fletcher. Anthony Geary as Philo. Vance Kolovic as the Bum. Emo Phillips as Joe Early. Sue Ann Langdon as Aunt Esther Bilchick. David Preval as Head Thug. Grant James as Killer Thug. And Lou B. Washington as Cameraman.
So, in typical Weird Al fashion, this movie is all over the place.
It's
And
awesome.
it's awesome because of it.
It is absolutely awesome. Weird Al is a universal treasure.
This is
Not
the
even
Family
national.
Guy.
He is universal.
This is the Family Guy cutscene usage before Family Guy existed.
Oh,
You know what I mean? This is that like the Family Guy. Peter thinks of something and it cuts away. Like he does that throughout this movie with his daydreams, and it is so much better.
Yeah, like when he's working at the burger joint, he's
daydreaming. He's Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Daydreams he's Rambo at one point when he's saving adult
family. Oh.
But
I'm your worst nightmare.
So of course, loses job after job. And finally his uncle gives him this station that he wins in a
poker match.
Poker game. UHF, was it 6 or 26?
U62.
U62. And so, him and Bob, they're trying to mix it up, come up with new programming. And he goes to introduce himself to RJ Fletcher, who is the affiliate network.
Yeah, the network affiliate. He's a VHF station. So they get better. Yes, he's on a VHF station, not a UHF.
Yeah.
Difference is UHF, it's the higher frequencies. It doesn't get as far from the
power.
The antenna. So they're usually closer to the towns. Usually the smaller stations are UHF. The bigger networks were all the VHF. This was before the days of cable.
Back when there were two knobs.
Yep.
2 through 9, and
unless you're in John's house. John's
no,
house,
it was like 2 through 12. Or 13.
Unless you were in what?
Said unless you're in John's house, then there were 3, because you're a knob.
I'll end this shit right now. Don't fuck it. So
yes.
So obviously, coming up, he has what did he call the show before it became Stanley Spadowski's Funhouse?
Wasn't it Uncle Slappy?
Uncle George's.
But I watched it today.
Yeah, I watched it 4 days ago, and I also watched 30 other movies. But so he goes over, he meets RJ Fletcher because he gets a package delivered to the wrong station, and
RJ's just an ass.
Yeah, he's got his kids working for him, and they're all pompous assholes. And then there was a file on his desk that he felt that Stanley stole, and fires him and takes his mop, and
It was here the whole time.
he was sitting on it.
What a dick.
Yeah,
But-
poor Stanley.
But thankfully, George was there and gives Stanley a second chance over at U62, and he's kind of a very special character.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a little out there.
Yeah,
Everybody
and
was out there.
yeah, they all are. The whole, Fran Drescher wants to be on the news, and the camera guy. What was it?
What, for Noodles?
Yeah, Noodles.
It was Macintosh.
Who was a little person, and
Oopsie, did I do that?
yeah, when they're trying to interview the mayor, and so then, of course, George gives Stanley his own program.
Only after, because, his was failing.
Yeah, because of the girlfriend broke up with George, and he wasn't happy, and
Because he was daydreaming again, forgetting. Oh.
and
Yeah, he was kind of daydreaming there, and just, once he was thinking too much about work.
yeah, God forbid, jeez.
The guy a break. That's something he's kind of good at.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was
but
mad
when-
at him at the beginning of the movie because he kept losing jobs, and now he's so focused and has a job that he's mad at him.
Can't
damned
win.
if you do, damned
God
if you don't.
damn women.
Yep.
The views of Justin do not reflect those of this podcast.
Yeah.
But,
But it turns out
that-
Stanley's a big hit.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
on.
I like that when he puts the kid on the horse, and you get the drink from the fire hose, and it
Yes.
fucking shoots the kid off.
Right on.
But so eventually R.J. Fletcher wants to take over U62 because they're getting crushed in the ratings by them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, when you got such quality programming on U62, like Wheel of Fish, Conan the Librarian, Gandhi 2.
Gandhi 2.
No
Yeah,
more
Wheel-
Mr. Passive Resistance.
Wheel of Fish was a good concept.
Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?
You get nothing. You're stupid.
Yeah.
So quotable.
Yes, it is. It's great.
Badgers? We don't need no stinking
Oh, yeah.
badgers.
Today
What
we're
was it?
teaching poodles how to fly.
Oh no, he didn't fly.
Oh, man.
Did you know if you lick the bottom of the turtle, it stinks like a suction cup?
Yeah. What was that? Raoul's Exotic Pet World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And George is
Raoul's
like,
Wild
"Did you
Game.
put this guy on?"
I thought you did.
But
Spatula City. I mean, come on.
so obviously after getting his ass kicked in the ratings, R.J. Fletcher approaches Uncle Harvey, makes a handshake agreement, kind of, to buy the station for, what was it, $75,000?
Yep.
Which was how much Uncle Harvey needed to get out of debt with the loan shark.
Yeah. Big Louie.
And so they decide to do the telethon, where they sell shares for what, $10 a piece?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, during this telethon, Stanley gets kidnapped by Fletcher's guys, and that's when George dreams that he's Rainbow.
Freaks him out.
Yep.
Rhyme. Old rhyme.
And then, of course, you have the the supplies.
Surprise!
Cooney and his students.
So good.
A lot of supply cause to help George rescue Stanley.
Yes.
And then Stanley gets his mop back.
Yes, he's reunited with his one true love.
That he's had since he was what, 12?
8.
8. Yeah, that's what I thought at first.
They've never been apart.
Until R.J. Fletcher took it away from him, thinking it was company property. So they obviously get Stanley back to U62. And it's a mad dash to get to the 75,000. I think they're a couple hundred short at this point. Yet everybody's out there waving money.
Yeah.
You got to actually physically collect it out. There's a few things in there that don't quite make sense on it.
Yeah.
But at least that homeless guy was there.
Yeah.
Mr. R.J. Fletcher gave him that neat coin. You got a real nice watch.
1955 double print.
It's your Rolex.
Yeah.
A neat watch.
Well, Uncle Harvey arrives while everybody is outside. They've moved the telethon outside now. And, kind of going the last few minutes, and chaos is ensuing.
Fletcher's up there trying to shut him down and give his big speech.
Yeah.
Big villain story.
Oh, we did skip over the whole part where Philo had put the camera in the network offices and recorded RJ telling
Terry
exactly what he thought about a
steaming pile of dog snot.
Yeah. Yes, how he really thinks about his viewers.
Yeah, and then he tries to intercept. Philo does intercept R.J. Fletcher's attempt to help me here.
I don't really know what he was going to do with that little editorial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird thing. I think he was just going to badmouth him. I don't know.
Yeah, but it ended up backfiring on him because they did the switcheroo and showed the footage from inside the office.
Hijacked his broadcast.
Yep. Pirate radio or pirate television.
Mm-hmm.
Which was the thing back then. Happened a few times.
How often did that happen?
There are like one or two.
It was
like
that big, the Max Headroom.
Yeah, the Max Headroom one. There was another one where HBO got taken over by a guy who called himself I think it was like Dr. Midnight or something like that.
Yeah.
It happens.
But it did. It doesn't really happen anymore, but.
Yeah, so it digital.
Yeah.
Well, amongst all the chaos and the homeless guy buying the last. What shares did he buy?
$2,000.
Yeah. And
keep the change.
Uncle Harvey decides to give it to George, and basically everybody's buying stock, so they all own this network now.
Yep.
And Big Louie shows up, gets his money. Philo disappears like he's an alien from another planet.
He was an alien.
Goes back to his home planet.
Yep.
The FCC shows up, takes Fletcher's license away.
And we all live happily ever after.
And Terry and George get back together. Let's discuss some casting. Obviously, this was Weird Al's big break into the movie.
Yeah, you got a pre-Seinfeld, the Michael Richards, and pre-Racist Rant.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Victoria Jackson, other than Weird Al, is probably like the biggest name that was in there before at the time. But now you got
she was on SNL at the time.
yeah, and
Fran Drescher before
Jane
the
Drescher, that's one of
Navy.
her first roles.
Yeah.
Getty Watanabe, who was in everything in the 80s.
Yep. Nerds.
Everything.
I mean, the guy who played R.J. Fletcher, he was.
Yeah, Kevin McCarthy. Yeah, he was a pretty well-known character actor back then.
I mean, Billy Barty, pretty
Yeah, he was-
well-known
Noodles.
little person actor.
Emo Phillips was
Mo Phillips.
a pretty well-known
Look
comedian back then.
Me, Mr. Butterfingers.
Aren't I just so red in the face?
You know, of course, the Weird Al's Beverly Hillbilly song is videos in there.
Yep.
So good.
Oh.
How about the length of the movie?
Perfect.
Yeah, it went by quick.
On the money.
Yep. Right there, right in the sweet spot.
Obviously, we'll never see a reboot because UHF channels are a thing of the past.
Yeah, I kind of wish he'd do more movies. I know he's not doing like the albums anymore. That if he does any songs, it's gonna be one-offs because of the way streaming is now. But I'd like to see. I know he does a lot of voice actor work, but I'd like to see him in another movie or two.
I just saw. I keep seeing him in an ad. I can't remember what it's called.
Ad?
But, yeah, it was some ad on like X.
No idea. I don't use that crap.
You guys have a favorite scene in the movie?
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah, there's so many.
This one is so filled with so many good, so many of those little, daydreams.
Mm-hmm.
I like when he's daydreaming that he's Rambo and the guy shoots one bullet at him and he spits out like fucking.
Yeah, that's great. Oh God, what would I think? I kind of like the part where like Stanley's like discussing his dream and how he's got like a candy bar for his head and birds are trying to eat him and just weird.
When Noodles trips R.J. Fletcher's son into the mud.
Oh,
yeah.
So good.
It's just a classic.
One of my favorite ones is when that guy comes in with the cowboy hat and all that shit. He's like, "You gotta check out that 62. Get out of here with that. Blah, 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 blah. Take that ridiculous thing off." And he rips the mustache off instead of the cowboy hat. So good.
Oh, and Stanley's there tied up and he's like, I got an edge. And they go in there to like shut him up and he sees the mop and he just breaks out and holds up and just kicks the crap out of everybody. He's running around. He's got the staple gun and he starts shooting the staples at the guy.
Any least favorite scenes?
No.
No,
maybe the fat shaming of Big Edna. That's the one thing I did. No need to make fun of her.
Did you feel offended by that, Billy?
I was offended. Not really. That's about the one thing I could pick. Not nice to make fun of people's weight.
So the end of the movie, everything wraps up. George saves the station. Everybody's an owner. R.J. Fletcher gets locked up by the FTC.
No, he just loses it. He won't get locked up. He just loses the license.
Oh, yeah, he lost his license. And, everybody's happy. He gives Stanley an award. Best custodian / TV. And he thinks he won a fucking Oscar.
Hey,
Don't
you know
take
what? It
a
was
little
from
bit
the
of
heart.
kindness.
Yeah.
A little bit of kindness.
You think this could have been the sequel? Could have been made to this?
Yes.
Sure.
I mean,
No.
Weird Al, his imagination is off the charts.
I don't think we'll ever see one, do you?
No.
That would be a fucking shock.
Unfortunately, I mean, everyone looks back at it now like fun, but when it first came out, it just didn't do anything. It was one of those movies that, it flopped in the box office, but once it was released on VHS, that's kind of when it started to take off.
Well, nobody really knew what to make of it.
Well,
I mean,
a lot of
Christ,
it was, parents didn't want to take their kids to see it because they thought it was just brain rot. Kind of like what
99.999% of crap that they put out today is.
Yeah. But back then, this was considered brain. It wasn't something
That's
that.
why you're the way you are, Billy.
Yeah, shut up.
They actually just released a 35th anniversary edition on July 2nd. 4K, two 4K. Shelf Factory did. I have to get this one for the 4K collection.
Yeah.
Out of the Blu-ray business. But, yeah. Sadly, probably never get a sequel to it, but
But we did get Weird. So
that's true.
the closest
Not so
thing
much
we're
a sequel,
probably gonna
but
get.
It was still really good.
all right. Do we recommend UHF?
Absolutely.
1000%.
Did you
How
let
could you
AJ
not?
watch it with you, Billy?
Of course. You kidding
Justin,
me?
did you let any of the kids watch it with you?
I mean, they watched some of it with me when we came in, but they didn't watch the whole thing.
I
They
watched.
had stuff they wanted to do.
All right. Why don't you give us some ratings, Justin?
I would say that IMDb gave it a 6.9 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes a 63%. Letterboxd a 3.5. Billy?
4 3/4.
John?
4 1/4.
And I'm 4.5. Right there in the middle. How about that? Now, come on back next week, though, folks, because we'll be covering the 40th anniversary of Gremlins.
Actually,
Zach Galligan
I
and
don't.
TV Case.
I think we moved Gremlins to the week after, and next week is Dumb and Dumber.
Hold on. When did you do that? You have Dumb and Dumber on the 29th. Gremlins is next week. So therefore, we're doing Gremlins.
Okay, because I thought we were moving Gremlins to the last week because that would kick right into our Christmas horror.
It's not on the.
I
not
do
on the list.
remember you saying that, but
Okay, well, let's make the executive decision right now. Do we do Gremlins the last week and do Dumb and Dumber next week? Right here, live on the air.
I don't care.
doesn't fucking matter to me. So yeah. Whatever.
All right, Dumb and Dumber next week. Gremlins the last week.
Fine.
30th anniversary.
Okay, 30th anniversary of Dumb and Dumber. Jeff Daniels, Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Woo!
It'll be exciting.
Pretty bird.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
We've been listening to it this entire time. You goddamn been talking.
Now it's time for the feature presentation.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that is annoying.
Oh.
You're the one who said it, and you're the one whose voice it was. Don't
Yep.
give me shit for agreeing with you.
That's right.
Well, that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for joining us today.
Before we go, find us on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, and most places you listen to your podcast. And hopefully by next week, we'll know when we're actually recording.
And don't forget to follow us on social media to stay updated on future episodes and join the conversation. You can find us on X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at movie_bar_pod and at the Movie Bar Podcast on Facebook.
Until
No,
next
John.
time, keep the popcorn popping and the reels rolling, and we will catch you next time on the Movie Bar Podcast.
Stupid!
You're so stupid!